Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, and girls and boys, crypto traders. My name is Jan Schut, and I'm co-founder of CryptoAcademy. Together with my business partners, Harry Klipp and Hans van Boogaerts, we are traders from the original, old school fashioned options and shares. And last year, beginning of last year, we moved on to the cryptos. And for purposes of today we had scheduled Alex Shellas from Hero Engine World, and he was also flying over from Toronto to Amsterdam for a touch and go. He went to Dubai. He did a presentation in about Hero Engine World. If it's good for you, I will do the presentation for him a few minutes at the end. And I think it's very good, nice proposition. And the thing is that Alex said that he's in the middle of many presentations, also meetings in Dubai. He was stuck in the traffic. He could not join. So anyway, within 1 or 2 weeks, so we will reschedule a webinar in as well. Some slides are in Dutch because I had to improvise, and but I will do this webinar in English, and feel free to join by putting questions during the course also. And there's coin offerings. Someone who is not familiar with ICOs, please say that. Hola Felipe, buenas tardes, buenas noches. There's also one guy from Brazil. Very good, Felipe. Nice that you are here. We are talking about ICOs today, and I will kick off with my own experiences, pitfalls of ICOs and ICO evaluation model, the things what we are with CryptoAcademy watching out for, looking out for good ICOs. And at the end, we would like to put some websites, relevant websites, where you can more information find. Okay, of course, ICOs, please don't invest in money you cannot afford. But it's not only with ICOs, also with normal investments. First, some stats. Of 2016, there was a $96 million raised, and the top was Waves with 16 million, Economy also 10 million, and it was only in 2016. Last year, in 2017, total has been raised. That was October 3.5 billion. It went up to 6 billion all year. One question for you, one quiz question. How much money has been raised today, up to date this year, this first quarter alone? You can be shy $1 billion of it. And put some numbers, 1, 2, 3, 4, 10, 20 billion. What do you think? Alone this year, 5.8 billion. That's quite a lot, I have to say. And that is only this year. And the biggest one was, of course, Telegram. And the pre-sale 1 and 2 was 1.7. I think in total 1.8 or $2 billion has been raised. Dragon also is good, number 2, 320 million. UOB token 300 million. And the thing is that ICO, you can see it as a kind of form of crowdfunding or IPOs in the new way. And I will put some stats also on. People who think ICOs are very, very risky, I would like to know who thinks that ICOs are very risky, and that you can lose everything. Later on, I will put some tips also on my sites. Well, maybe not all say it's risky. If you see these numbers, I cannot even speak. It's 7,650,000%. That is rare, of course. I have to say these are numbers which are very astonishing, of course. NEO also. And I have to say that these are figures at the ICO date of 2013, many years ago. And also with the liftoff of the crypto market, these revenues and these turnovers can be realized. But anyway, of course, not every investment in ICO is good. And as we see here, the ROI, return on investment since ICO, ICO Mystery and BlockPay co-founded Bancor, 6% down, 34%, 32%. And this is also one thing I would like to point out. If you are investing in ICOs, please do diversify. For instance, if you have capital X amount, put 10% aside in cryptos, and from these 10%, put parts of 10, 20, or 30 ICOs. With CryptoAcademy, I'm a co-founder, and together with my team, we always are participating in ICOs. Let's say between $100 and $500 each, and then it's about diversifying, because in that case you can also um, have more chance. Well, this is actually also a statement I got from my from Vitaly, not Vitaly Buterin, but Vitaly Gumirov from Minneapolis. I'm also an ICO advisor in Zurich, and he's from Russia, and he put this statement, and this was very interesting, because here it says if you are participating in an ICO with bonuses, that you are early stage, then you can have more bangs for bucks. That means that you have a little head start. That means that you get more tokens for less money, and you see in the middle, for instance, with number one Bancor, you can see, for instance, I'll put another color. There is the ICO date was 30 June last year. When you had bought Bancor, participated in Bancor from the beginning, the open price versus the ICO price is on the top. You can see the first tick was up 365%. That's quite a lot. Status also 171% up. Kin and 10x, maybe you know also 10x. Julian Hospa, I met him also in Amsterdam. If you participated from the beginning in July, June, then you can see 3,000% from open versus the ICO price. And then also then you see at the last column, then you see day one percentage versus ICO, nice decent gains. And of course this is just an example of what happened before, but it's just to say to show that you can really have nice decent gains. I have to say that these are also figures of last year, and the ICO market is a little bit changing in my opinion, because the people are a little bit more reluctant to invest, and of course the crypto market has been yeah, it has dropped this year from the beginning of the year of the peak. Many coins were down 60, 70, or 50%, and so the ICO environment is, yeah, it's quite challenging. And I also noticed that from other ICOs, we are helping also with the ICO communication and marketing, and also with our investors, that the ICOs are saying that most of the ICO, how do you say that, the money is coming from pre-ICO in the seed phase, for instance, or the pre-ICO, and the crowd sale less. Suppose 70% in pre-sale phase and 30% in the crowd sale. Has someone has questions at this moment? I'm happy to answer those, of course. Please also, if the presentation is not clear or is my sound not good, please say that, then I will put some bandwidth down. Here is ICO participation of CryptoAcademy. We had participated in several ICOs, and one of those is Pillar. For people who are in Holland, in the 4th and 5th May of 4th or 5th of May, There will be a very big event in Amsterdam, and one guy from Pillar, Mr. David Siegel, yeah, he's the CEO of Pillar, and he will come also to Amsterdam, Netherlands, to give presentations. That was my first ICO Pillar. With sweat in my hands, we were putting ethers in, afraid of making mistakes. Fortunately, that went well, all well. We bought some pillars below 10 cents and went out 20 or 50, 25%. And also one tip from me, if you're participating in ICO, when you will participate in ICO, then always, if you have gains, if you have profit, take half or 2/3 out of the market. And it's very important that you will yeah, keep some money aside, that you don't go for the one ICO for many points, many percentages, but please feel free to do whatever you want, but take some money from the table. Electroneum is also very good one. It was 1,669%. It was very astonishing, and I have to say that it was in October, November, and it was one of the biggest, the best winners for us. Ed says, when will the event be in Amsterdam? 4th and 5th of May, and that we will also put in our website as well. It will be in Amsterdam, and it's very good blockchain ICO event. Crypto20, it's a very nice ICO, and Crypto20 is also now released on the market. We had some profit of 170%. Soon I will show my screen, and please remind me of showing you Crypto20, because it's very nice, nice basket of top 20 coins. So we are traders, and we would like to pick up some coins. Coin picking, as to say, and with Crypto20 you buy a basket of the top 20 of the crypto market, and then you are, yeah, it's kind of ETF, it's a kind of investment fund. So it's very good that yeah, that you can diversify in that way as well. Now it's also on the market, hit BTC, I think, and IDEX as well. And guts and credits are also good ICOs of our experience. Valkuilen, that means pitfalls. Be aware that you will not step into the deep hole. And I will say something. That is also, be careful if you are investing. First do your own research. Do your own research. Take a look at the proposition of a company. Is it a good one? Where does the money come from? Can it make money with the business model? If you have any doubts, stay out. The other pitfall is to take a look, or to watch to others as well, and to listen to the so-called experts who don't even put money where the mouth is, and like journalists or TV presenters who are not traders. And in my opinion, always people say, for instance, yeah, ICOs are very dangerous. And then I'm also saying, yeah, did you participate in ICO and or cryptos? And then they say, no, we are not participating. We are not doing anything. Then, okay, then I say, if you don't know anything about ICOs or cryptos, why are you saying that that it's dangerous? Because if you don't participate, you don't know anything about it. Also, another pitfall is that also to stash too much money in one proposition. There's one guy in Holland, for instance, who sold his house, and he's living now in a caravan, and with his family, with his wife and kids. And actually, he sold his house, and he's living now in a park somewhere, and he stashed all his money into the Bitcoin. Okay, you can have if you can hit a home run, but I think it's not the way to go. I see also many clients of us, our good relations, and in the chats, and they are also following Crypto Academy and Option Academy since years, and they are also uh, traditional traders or investors, and maybe you can also agree with me that it's all about a diversification, and that you have to put, yeah, slice the money, the stack in 10, 15 or 20 parts, whatever you want. And also be careful. We had one guy that was one very well-known person, that was Geringa, and he said, the vent maakt de tent, or the guy makes the company. So when you are investing in something, take a look at the proposition. Take a look what is the guy about, what is the CEO, because if the CEO is not right, is not good, or the team is not good, how can you expect that an idea will be successful? And also what in my opinion also is happening now at this moment is that it's kind of ICO 2.0. For instance, a couple of years ago, there were a bunch of students or people who had some nice ideas in a bar, and at the back of the beer carton, they scribbled some missions and visions and a business proposal, and there it was, a white paper, and with an idea they could raise a lot of money. What we also are facing now is that many companies are now at this moment raising money, and they have a good business model, and they try to implement blockchain. They want to try about ICOs to raise money in a new fashion way. So established companies who are looking for other sources of money and not via traditional stock market, via IPOs, they are doing this via ICOs. Also, a little warning, because what happens also that if there's a company who wants to raise money and he puts blockchain or ICO in the name and blockchain, then yeah, maybe of the hype they will get a lot of money. That doesn't work like this, I think, in my opinion. There was also Kodak was also rallying 400 or 500% because they said we will do something in the crypto market. Later on, it appeared that they did something or want to do something. They did want to do something with blockchain but with mining. There was also a kind of iced tea beverages. That was very funny. They said we will dive into crypto space, and they said iced iced tea blockchain or something. And what happened? The stock went through the roof, and later on they did also something with mining. I see also Evans, you went out from lunch, I think, Finsu. You're from Montreal, Montreal, I think it's Canada, and welcome. You are in the middle of the presentation, but don't worry, because we have a nice recording also later on in the email we will send. The other thing is that also if a company is very good, like IceCat. I don't know if someone knows IceCat. It's very important company in Holland. For instance, this is a kind of tool where you can aggregate product information. They have clients, many clients, and they are working together with Google. If you are typing in Google, I want to have a fridge, now then you can see a fridge of LG or Philips or whatever, and then see all the specs. Any specs you can easily find, and IceCat is is doing that on the traditional way, and it's billions of transactions every day, data. And what they did, we met those guys in Berlin in the blockchain ICO event, and Martijn van Hogenveen was it, and he had the best non-pitch ever. What they want to do is to raise money, $5 million or euros, and that's peanuts. He said it's kind of trial for them because they want to be into the market of blockchain. They don't need an ICO really because they can fund with private investors themselves also, and that's very important. To be in the game. Well, I can understand what they want to do, but there were also other companies who did not, who the companies 5-6 years ago, they started a company and they never wrote black figures, only red figures, only losses. So then you can also take a look on if a company wants to do an ICO. First, is an exit strategy, or is it another way? They cannot make money with the traditional way and they want to make money out of the market. That's possible, but also it's very important that the team or the management, are they participating in the ICO themselves as well? Are they putting money in? That's a very strong signal if they are doing that. In my opinion, if the board is putting money into the ICO, that's for me very good sign. I've got some checklists, and that is I will run through a couple of slides, the checklist, what you can take a look at. I will provide some interesting websites later on. We are working together, CryptoAcademy, with Dint.io, and that is in the beta version, and we constructed an ICO evaluation model. And the goal was to put some research indicators and to take a look at indicators which are real success factors and which are not. So this will be a guidance, and we will label to rate an ICO from 0 to 100. Is it 10? It's very low, or it's a 90? It's very good. And like in the stock market or in the bond market, there you have from Moody's and S&P 500 rating agencies, they say, okay, this company has a AAA or AA or C minus rating. In our opinion, in our experience also, many investors of us, they say, okay, Robert, can you also help us with evaluating ICOs? I've got good news and bad news. The bad news first is that every ICO you have to rate and estimate, judge with your own eyes, and nothing is ironclad with 5 indicators or 5 factors. If you top those off and everything is good, then it's good, because always an estimated guess. But take very good knowledge of the business model. Is it the business model which is the main thing is for me, what is a problem and how big is a problem and what is the solution the company is offering, and that is very important. The bigger the problem and the better the solution, the better the proposition, and then of course how do they make money of it. This is actually a part of last Saturday of our Crypto Academy ICO seminar. We do this once in a while, 3-4 months, and we noticed many people were interested in to take a look at many factors. Of course, there are many also other factors which can be taken into consideration. If someone has a brilliant idea, please put some factors in the chat also. First, one factor is technology, and I'm not a techie. Well, I'm more a technical analyst. I'm a trader, and I'm taking a look at charts. But this is another technology issue. But it's very good to take a look at the code quality, and take a look at GitHub. Is the code good? Is it open source or is not open source? is very good at to take a look at the GitHub about the communication. Is it a GitHub where they put the repositories many times and frequent? Then you can say that the company is very good at this moment with with business. Also, the technical viability. It's I think that this factor is about is it an easy thing to create or very difficult? I think the easier a technical aspect can be built, the easier is also for competitors to copy. Also, this business model, how secure it is, and is it with the blockchain? And blockchain is very good thing, of course, is a decentralized distributed ledger, and the blockchain itself is very good and protected. It's transparent, and with blockchain you can cut out the middleman. So in the security way, but also it's very important when someone is issuing an ICO. Is there a working prototype? Is there an MVP, minimum viable products? If that is a very good thing. Also, the team is very important of an ICO. Take consideration about the number of people is in the core team. The core team, and are the founders co-founders, and are these founders are they good experienced? Of course, about their background. The thing is that many ICOs I've seen, there are many tech guys, and the tech guys don't have any they are very good with technological things, but not with marketing, or not with legal. So it's very good to take a look at complementary team, the advisors, and I think that it's very good to have a balanced team, that you have tech guys, that you have legal guys, you have marketing and sales guys, and also communication managers. And the heavier the team is, I mean, not heavy like hundreds of team members or advisors, but heavy like by the background. I'm also always looking at the background of these guys. If a CEO says, for instance, I'm a very passionate guy, and I've got very much technological things, and he is a tech savvy person, and then in the LinkedIn you see, for instance, it's a graduate student of philosophy or art. Well, then you have then you can have some doubts. It's very important to check the background as well. Also, the advisor quality, it's very important. I'm also in several boards of advisors and of ICOs, and it's very important that these advisors are complementary as well with their own expertise. And in my opinion, advisors are very important. That's in that sense that these advisors has to add value, and there are two types of advisors. You have active advisors, advisors who are active involved with the company, and you have also passive advisors, and there are advisors only for the name, and that is also very important to take a look at. I have to say honestly that I'm also involved with 3 ICOs, for instance, but one ICO I have a little role, a minor role, and then I'm less time consumed with, and they drop me an evaluation or a presentation, and I will fine tune it, for instance, with a CTA or whatever. But there are also other ICOs who am involved about trading, for instance, and more involved is, and this is also very important for the advisors that have a kind of bridge function. We have also, for instance, Entitle, that is a Dutch ICO, and they are going to disrupt the gaming market, and it's very interesting to take a look at. And that is Entitled Network. Steam is a kind of Google of gaming industry, and they have a power of 80% of the market share, and so they are strangling not only the game developers but also the gamers. And they are taking 30% of fee, so that's a lot. What I want to say is that this Entitle has a very good team, and there are advisors, and I forgot the name, but he's very important guy from. He's also involved with DigiDAO, and is also on the coin market cap. And also one guy is very a famous guy in the gaming world. So it's also very good to take a look at a team. What is the background? How experienced they are? Are they a bunch of students, or are these savvy investors and also savvy entrepreneurs and advisors? Do they bring a lot of expertise? It's very important. Marketing. Marketing is also very important, of course, because if you have a good product but not good marketing, then you're lost. Projects also do the research well via the white paper. You can read a one pager, that's good, but also do the white paper from A to Z. And but also about white paper, is the white paper easy to understand? Is the white paper, for instance, written in that way that looks like Chinese and is not a Chinese white paper? So then it's more dust than clarity. Then you can say, okay, maybe this is also a red flag. Market needed. Of course, the project needs has to have the market. Can the market without this project or not? How big is the problem, as I stated before? Also, it's one thing is the blockchain. Is it necessary or not? For also very important is investor protection. Where is the jurisdiction of the ICO? Is it in Timbuktu? Then you can understand that yeah, you have not so much protection of the authorities. And the other thing is that also there are, for instance, possibilities that the funds will go to an escrow account, and that investors in the ICOs, the backers, can vote for this ICO in case there are milestones achieved, that they can vote and to proceed. Customers is also important. Is it just an idea, or is it an idea and also working prototype, or is it also a business already with customers? And number 10 is very important. Coin usage. You as an investor, you get for your money from the box, you get a token, and the token will be listed. A red flag will be if one ICO says, yeah, I don't know when the coin will be listed. You as an investor want to have an exit. It's better to have clarity if the token, the ERC20 token, when it will be listed on the market in 3 months, 4 months, or 6 months, then you know a little bit when it will sit. If one ICO said, I don't know, then it can be eternal. You want to know when the coin will be listed on the exchange. Also, the thing is that the tokenization model, where does the revenue coming from? Most of the time is that the coins will be used in the platform. So it's a utility token. And the utility token will mean that the people who wants to participate in yeah, on the platform, they have to buy this token. So there will be yeah, normal and nominal or autonomous value because of the demand of and the use of the participants. For instance, we are also involved with an ICO. Excuse me. We're doing some retail rewards programs, and they are saying simple. It's a mobile bridge, for instance. They are running an ICO at this moment, and they say, okay, companies who wants to be on our platform and want to run their referral and a reward program, they have to buy them in with our tokens. So then there will be the momentum token, for instance. So that means that people who are, for instance, with Burger King, they are eating a burger, they get rewards, and they can get these tokens in the burger token. But these are redeemable and convertible into the other token. The mother token is, for instance, momentum. It's also very important the roadmap. Roadmap is one, but also second is about milestones. You as an investor would like to have a kind of roadmap. What wants the company do with the money, and which is the timer? What will they achieve in a certain point? It's very important to have these insights. Financials. How many hours do you have, guys? Because we are not even halfway yet. But the financials is also very important, of course. Every ICO is very important. That the investment has to be sound. For what is the money used for? I mean, when there's a team that says, okay, we will raise 100 million and $50 million will be used for the team, that's too much. I would say to the max 15% for the team, that is doable. I also has been spoken. I was speaking about the token model, and also the supply and demand is very, very important. Is it fixed or limited? How many tokens will be issued, and will the tokens be burned or not is also very important. And because when tokens are being burned, that means that the tokens will be taken out of supply, and so there will be less supply, and which will decrease the supply, and with less supply and equal demand or high demand, the price will rise in general. Also, you have to take a look at an industry. This is also what we are taking to look at. And how are the partners? What is the competition? What are the general market conditions? If there's heavy, heavy competition market, then you can scratch the back of your ears and say, okay, maybe it's not that good. And also in the industry, are these ICO guys? Are those leaders or laggers? And this is a very unique proposition. It's very important. Also, take a look at the community. If you're evaluating ICOs, take a look at the community. I've been also taking a look at some ICOs, and I saw that there were 20 people involved in a Telegram group. Well, then it's for me a red flag. It's very important. And also take a look at social sentiment analysis. How many reviews are there? Be careful actually about this, because they can also be bots. There can also be ghostwriters who are doing some reviews paid. So in a nutshell, this is these are about these factors. And who would like to take a look at dint.io? I will show on the screen. Who would like to know that? I will have to switch over to the desktop actually, and then you can take a look. I'm going here. And dint.io. This is a prototype actually, but I will guide you through. And I have to switch over to something for the questions. We are doing a joint venture with this party, and our goal is to find the best token projects, and this is based on fundamental analysis on ICOs, so that we have to reduce risk, seize opportunity, trust and transparency for the token economy. Well, here is an oh, I need permission. That's not good. Here I am here for instance. Oh yeah, the ICOs. Here is a list of ICOs. Then you can take a look. It's artificial intelligence, cryptocurrencies, health, platform, software. Now you see here, for instance, Effect.ai, decentralized network for artificial intelligence. I will show you what we are up to now. I don't see now actually the questions, so I will pick those up after this short demonstration. This is what is very important. That is effect.io. This is an ICO, and it says a decentralized network for artificial intelligence. There you can see the website, the white paper, Twitter, and the industry, and you can take a look at. I'm an ICO rater, and then I can put here, for instance, about the industry. Is a platform, is a cryptocurrencies, software. Then I can say, for instance, software, add info, and then I think then it will also be okay. Well, it doesn't work like that, I see. But anyway, you can see when the token sale will start, percentage token sale in ICO, hard cap, soft cap. That can also be on this on this project. You see many analysts actually, Bart Verkruijsen, Mark Jansen, and the nice thing is that with this rating system, I would like to explain, and that is because of normally you have to be an analyst, and you will have to rate every aspect: technology, team, marketing, product, crypto economics, and industry. Suppose that I'm doing the assessment and I don't know anything about technology, then I can put normally you have to a number 1 or 10, for instance, but it's not real because I don't know anything about technology. With this system, I can leave this open, and some other guy can contribute to that. So in this project, this is only for demonstration purposes. You see that there is 55. So from the 100 points, 55 is rated, or that the ICO has a rating of 55%, and this better than average. Also, we can put some red flags. For instance, I will put a red flag, and I said no soft cap. There's no soft cap. There's no soft cap, and that is not good. I want to ask you, no soft cap. There is no soft cap. Submit, and then you will see that my flag has been added. I hope so. I'll take a look. Look, there's no soft cap. One question for you guys. Why is a soft cap? Why is that important? So why is a soft cap important? Why is a hard cap important? And this is one takeaway I want to give to you to think of. And I hope that you can, you know the answer. Everybody who participates in our webinars or ICO seminars, they know this answer. Well, soft has to be, because a project who is putting a soft cap, for instance, 1 million, they say we only proceed with ICO when the soft cap has been hit, the minimum of $1 million. If, for instance, the people, this ICO will raise $500,000, is lower than the soft cap, then they will return the funds to the backers. What happens when there is no soft cap? What can happen? It can happen that there's no soft cap, that means no minimum, that after $100,000, the people are running away with the money. That is the main idea. Other thing is that also hard cap. Why is it important to have a hard cap? For instance, 30 million or 35 million or 50 million. Or what is also important, that if the hard cap is too high, for instance, $500 million, what will happen with there's no hard cap? So the people, the ICO is raising money through the roof. The point is that if there is no hard cap or a very high hard cap, that there will be there's too much money put in the project that the money has been lost. In that case, in the sense that first, there are too many coins on the market. If everybody can participate in with ICO, who is the next buyer? So you have to have a fixed supply, and also when there are too many, like for instance, was it Tezos? They raised millions, hundreds of millions of dollars, and they flooded the market with coins. There were no follow-through buyers. It's very important. So who are still in the house or who are sleeping already? It's also possible, of course. In Brazil, they have maybe a lunch dip, a little siesta, but I hope that you are guys with me. Not sleeping. Ronald, fine. If you have some questions, feel free to drop those because we have some 15 minutes left, I see. Nice, Bart. Haka also. Roy also. Hey, Roy. Welcome, welcome. I hope that you have some nice information. I hope that we could also make you happy later on with Dint.io if this prototype will work. But anyway, we will keep you informed. I will send you home, or you're at home already, with some websites. One of the websites is tokenmarket.net. It's very important. ICObench.com, and there are ratings from 1 to 5. 1 is low and 5 is high, and it's very important that you have, that you choose a good scored ICOs. ICO rating is also very good, and the nice thing is also risk score involved. ICO tracker is also a nice platform. ICO alert, coindesk.com with an ICO tracker. But I'm not that happy with CoinDesk because ICO tracker did track only up to 2000, I think 2017 at the end. Reddit also has a very nice ICO crypto. And we had some ICOs. ICO Head Start was also there. TradeBits and Title Trustee, Hero Engine World were not listed yet. And for the people who would like to know something about Hero Engine World, I will do a short presentation about what I know about Hero Engine World. And Alex Shalash, who could not make it, he's in Dubai still in a meeting with big whales with money, and he could not, go away from that. So, and I hope that you can excuse him as well, and he will make it good with you. But I would like to run some couple of sheets with you. So this webinar will come later also. And I'm very proud because Alex Shalash, I think he's brilliant. He's a kind of Hungarian guy who lives in Canada. And sorry, yes, of course. Actually, you can make a picture. Of course, it's you can take. Alex Shalash is kind of a tech guy, and basically what he is doing, he is from the gaming industry, and he created a kind of platform with artificial intelligence, virtual reality, augmented reality, and that means that he put, for instance, platform where you can simulate emergencies. You can simulate cities like SimCity, but in real time. It's very interesting. The thing is that we are near the airport. We are in a big building, and every 2 or 3 weeks they are doing fire alarm emergency tests. So all the people in the building have to go outside. You lose very much productivity. Hundreds of people are standing outside in the cold or in the rain even. And can you imagine that with Alex Shalash, with the platform, with Hero Engine World, they can copy, for instance, the airport. They make it real in virtual reality. Then you can simulate emergencies instead of one of the 5 piers or terminals. if one airport wants to simulate, for instance, terrorist attacks or emergency escapes, instead of closing down one terminal, which costs tons of money, millions maybe, and now they can do that real time. I will run a couple of slides of Alex Solas. Of course, I'm not that good as he, but he's been to our seminar, flying over with touch and go from Toronto, flying over to Utrecht. And one guy, yeah, some guys also participated in our ICO seminar, and I'm curious what what the impression was of the ICOs presenting. Is high quality, and also what we offered also during the day. So this is a little pitch for one ICO event in the future. We don't have fixed the date yet. Here Engine World. This is founded by Alex Chalas, and he's also CEO. If you have questions, please feel free to send him an email to alexheroengine.com. Then he can also provide you of the presentation. And what he is doing, actually, he is partnering with cities in Canada and also with Middle East, maybe Dubai or another city. They are simulating the cities, and what they're doing with Internet of Things, and they're putting sensors in the traffic lights or with the lights, and they can simulate, make images of the cities. So it's also very important with the plans of a city. And you can imagine, for instance, Holland is below a waterline. That Amsterdam, if there's a copy of Amsterdam, that the authorities can think ahead by simulating emergencies when there is a flood with water, or what also nowadays is very important and a hot topic now with all the terrorist attacks, that they can take a look, what are the sweet spots, what are the fragile spots. And I think that if Hero Engine will pick this up very clever, they have gold in their hands. And they are also using digital twin, and it's developed by General Electric for digital 3D representation of physical assets. And it enables users to better understand and predict their performance. And for G was, of course, to help to find new revenue streams and change the way they operate. And with their own words, digital twin is disrupting the traditional industries and governments. And the thing is that this has to do with IoT, Internet of Things, and smart cities. I think that Alex can better do that later on. I don't know if there is a kind of there are cities. I don't know which cities they are referring to, but there are 2 cities they have pilots running, and so that's very good. And they are using dynamic data on the blockchain. What is dynamic data? It's not just a database fixed, and it's a living, based on artificial intelligence and Internet of Things. What I said, they are making images of the city, and it's a living creature, as to say. And that's very interesting proposition. As I said, that for instance, here you see a city near the water. They can, for instance, do plans to put some buildings on higher level, or what will happen when there's floods. I have now to remember the day after tomorrow about this this film, the movie, with that the world will disappear below the water. But it's very important that they are using blockchain, and they are using blockchain because you don't have data silos anymore, because many parties are involved, and they are using a transparent decentralized, distributed ledger. So this very effective. Yeah, Hero Engine World for smart cities, and it is that the 20 million invested in technology development and 15 years of continuous enterprise scale cloud-based deployment, and they have more than 6 million lines of C++ code, Cobalt, I think. I don't know. I'm not a tech, but this one, this thing is that also at the end says integration with leading AI providers. Well, for me, it's very Chinese, but I think it's very nice to take a look at. And I'm going actually to Tbilisi next week. I will come up with that later with a sheet. And after that, I will host a webinar with Alex Shalas, especially dedicated on Hero Engine World. And this is its timeline. Here I see a Smart Dubai. That is the name I was looking for. Smart Doha, Sidewalk Labs, UO Toronto, University of Toronto. They are having partnerships with also, and I know that that they're also partnering with IBM. It's very important and very impressive, I think. And so I'm very curious for Alex Solas, his proposition. Actually, we had some ICO terms, and there's a special bonus of 15% if you are interested in this proposition. You can take a look at heroengine.world/14, and if you're interested to whitelist heroengine.world/14, take a look at that. I will take a look if I can find the website of it. Yeah, if you copy paste it, then you can whitelist it there. That is very good. And then I will do it again for you. Or the other way around is to send Alex Shalas personal an email to alex@heroengine.com and to ask him some questions. He's happy to answer your questions in a personal way. And it is his project. I met him in Amsterdam in September, November already, and he was talking about this project already. I will conclude with a couple of remarks. Of course, I'm happy to help you through, and also I'm happy to answer some questions. I would like to take you to Tbilisi next week, Wednesday. I don't know if someone is here from Tbilisi, Georgia. There are a couple of tickets available from $25–30, and it's very nice that we will present at this event, blockchain and ICO event. There are some well-known people. I don't know actually, but they are famous. Nicholas Kunzakishvili, Margarita Sivakova, and also Nestor Dubnechik, Tamar Mentes-Shashvili, and of course myself, and I, Jan Robert Schutte, co-founder of CryptoAcademy, and many others. I'm very curious. Next week we will go also on our tour through Eastern Europe, near Russia, near Black Sea, and I'm very curious. And also, I'm happy to host a webinar about this as well. Maybe it's nice. Yeah, my email is very good. This is also from my team, info@cryptoacademy@gmail.com. If you would like to, next week, Wednesday, I will be full packed, all day engaged in Georgia, but I will leave on Friday night, Saturday morning at 4 or 5 o'clock. If it's possible, I will do a special about Georgia via webinar, or maybe it's for 30 minutes. I will give you my insights. If you happen, I'm happy to do that for you guys. For yeah, sharing my insights to Eastern Europe. I will leave you finally with one anecdote, one little story. In Holland, you know, there is a legacy of old economy. I've been talking to a bunch of students, and in Holland they said, "Yeah, I'm originally a stock and option trader for 20 years, and now I moved on to the cryptocurrency market and I'm trading Bitcoin and other cryptos since more than 1 year." The students were raising their hands. One student said, "Hey, Robert, what actually is a crypto? What is Bitcoin?" Last time I've done also a presentation, and it was in Eastern Europe, and I said also to them, well, now I'm a crypto trader now since more than 1.5 years, 1 year, and originally I'm from the stocks and options market, and the students and also people, the entities who are raising their hands, and they ask, what are stocks and what are options? And that is what I want to point out. That is the difference also. Western European countries have a kind of legacy, and the Eastern European countries don't have. They can leapfrogging already, and that is also my warning or my message always to these to Western European countries, to the legislators and also the governments. Please don't close your eyes to the market, to the ICO market. Don't close your eyes on the blockchain technology, because if you do that, then Western Europe will become a third world area, and you don't want to do that. With these words, I will conclude. It's 9 o'clock, 9:01, and I'm happy to ask some questions also for you guys. There's no sales pitch today, only if you are in the region of Georgia next week, feel free to drop me a line. And if someone has a WhatsApp or a Telegram, I will put my number down as here. Feel free to send me a message. And also, actually, I'm also fluent speaking English, of course, English, but also Spanish. So if someone from Brazil, I saw there, Dana Sanchez, I don't know if he's from South America, but it was one guy from Brazil. I know that also Venezuela, of course, did the Petro coin. And if you need or you are searching for speakers or panel discussion leaders also in the blockchain or ICO area, feel free to contact me. I'm happy also to present in English or in Spanish. For now, I will take a couple of questions. I will shut up for a short time. Philippe, de nada, con mucho gusto. Eddie, also thank you very much for your attention. All the other guys who were also working or trading this day, and they took time for attending. A pleasure, and I will end the record now, and yeah, I will send the recording later on. I would also thank you guys and ladies, and also my partners, Harry Clip as well. And Dennis, we see each other later. Bart, you're welcome. Okay, Ronald, also thank you very much for your attention. And Roy, keep in touch, and we see each other soon again. Bye guys, hasta luego, ciao ciao. Sí, Felipe, voy a enviar el video luego. Sí, muy bien. I will send you the guys this record later on. Okay, ciao ciao. See you later. Have a nice evening.